Welcome everybody to Portal Reloaded. I'm starting exact same way as Portal 2. So this is basically a mod for Portal 2 that like changes a bunch of stuff and has all these new like puzzles and stuff. Despite the fact that we never even finished Portal 2. And today I am Josh and I am joined by.
Hello, I am Ethan.
I am Cameron.
And I am Carlos.
Subject.
And so right now we're kind of just in this like beginning sort of, I guess you can sort of say cutscene, even though you can just look around. But you're waking up, I guess from like stasis or something, or you're doing some specific tests that are going to happen. You see people just ascending from their boxes.
Human storage vault.
Being sent to the heavens.
Interesting.
Box humans.
Yeah.
So this whole game is like a mod within a game, basically.
Yeah, so this is a mod that's basically for Portal 2. Like the only way you can play this is if you own Portal 2.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there've been a number of different like mods and stuff that are like for Portal 2 that have their own like story, which is kind of interesting because like there's all of these different like cool stories that kind of continue or like kind of explain other stuff in Portal when Valve was never going to make another one.
Exactly. When did the original Portal 2 come out again?
I don't know. I think it was. I think it was like 2010 maybe. So I don't know. It's been a while.
So
Damn.
10 years old. No.
When the first Portal?
No. Portal 2. I think the first one.
Yeah, it came out a long while ago. So
yeah, I think the first one came out in 07 along with like all the other Orange Box.
somewhere around that time. Yeah.
It's an 11.
2011.
Something you're also gonna notice just this, so I kind of make things easier, is I cut out all of the loading screens, so you're just gonna see like the black like fade out, and then it's gonna fade back in pretty much immediately.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all of us.
Skull getting crushed by one of those boxes.
Surprisingly,
It would be pretty funny if I just died.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So,
Oops.
So right now we're still kind of in an automated sequence. I'm just kind of riding through this tube, I guess, for some reason, before we just kind of get dropped off.
I see. Interesting.
To the enrichment center.
Oh, so
These
what? Like,
automated
was that whole
messages will guide
facility
you
just
through
like
your
a whole
test today.
storage area, and then they just
The door
pulled
in
you
front
out
of
for
you is
testing?
programmed to open.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess they have like just a bunch of different like test subject like humans or whatever, and they're just kind of pulling people out for certain testing where we're doing something special.
So you are a
Time
human,
travel to the future.
but
Yeah.
just an
The
unidentified
choice is
human.
yours.
Yeah, you're not the same person you played in the other two Portal games. You're just some rando.
Okay,
To
that's
pursue that
actually
option.
interesting.
The time
So I just read the thing. Can you actually wait 20 minutes and it'll open, or is it just like you're forced to open a time portal?
You're pretty much forced to go through the time portal. Nothing really happens if you just stand there waiting, doing nothing. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's at one point, like if you just stay there for a little while, the AI will go like, "It appears you have not entered the time portal."
left untouched for the
Wow,
last.
that means they put a whole lot of
years.
effort into making this mod. Then if
You
they have
may
like
see some
some
signs of
very,
decay.
like nuanced
Don't worry,
little
the
dialogue
enrichment center
things.
is designed to withstand centuries.
Yeah, so
without proper
the AI is not the same as GLaDOS. This is just some some other just random AI and stuff that's voiced by a different person, but it still kind of has the same type of feel of GLaDOS. Like it's really just kind of having fun and stuff.
Okay.
to the present. If you are ever
So
unsure
did like
which
the
timeline
modders
you're
of
in,
this thing ever
simply observe
like
your
declare
environment.
that it's like part of the
present
story? Is
should
it just
always
doing its
look
own
a
thing?
bit cleaner than the
I
future.
think they might have. I'm not entirely sure because it's kind of weird because you're kind of because the green portal that you saw we were going through is a time portal, and that kind of brings you through like the present time, like where you currently are, and 20 years into the future, which kind of looks similar to how like all the rundown like test chambers from Portal 2 are.
Huh. Okay. Oh, so like the present is the first Portal game, then the second one's like the 20 years in the future or the past. I'm kind of confused now. Is that like?
That's how it's kind of the thing. Time travel is just kind of confusing, and I'm not really 100% sure where this is supposed to take place.
Oh, like time travel in stories because time travel isn't actually a real thing in real life.
It's true, but I mean that just gives it more liberty out to do it.
Which is like my rule for like any type of entertainment that wants to do time travel in its stories has to basically establish its own rules for how time travel works. Otherwise, you get into a convoluted mess. Sonic say not naming names here, but.
I'm not pulling any fingers, but I'm.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So right now we're kind of going through a bit of a tutorial, and basically what it's explaining is that like a cube that's placed and moved around in the present will be in the same location in the future, but it doesn't affect it the other way around.
Good. Please continue.
Okay.
Next, I mean that kind of makes sense.
Okay,
How
yeah,
time travel works.
That does make sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this area right here is considered the future. Yes.
Understanding the
Yes, we're in the future right now. Yeah, it'll usually be pretty obvious to tell when is the present and the future. The present usually looks a lot more clean than the future does.
Gotcha. Oh, we're in that kind of future. Gotcha.
I mean, things get run down over
AI
time.
said like the test chambers have been left untouched for the last 20 years to like have this effect or whatever. I guess I don't know.
Okay. Maybe that's a reference to Valve hasn't touched these things since. Yeah, that's cool. That like I think the fan base recognizes that maybe like Valve doesn't really want to do anything important or interesting with the properties that they have, so they just felt it was up to their responsibility to make something interesting and of value to expand on the universe that they've set up.
Yeah. So the thing that we just learned there a moment ago was that you can have a block placed like in the present, and because it doesn't change like location when you move the future cube, you can take it back through the time portal and have a second version of the same cube.
Oh, interesting.
Well, yeah, but you know, timelines and.
Oh no! It's confusing the timeline and everything.
Oh god!
Like a fucking time loop, you know, you have
infinite paradox.
Infinite paradox, or oh no, everything's going wonky. Like that button right there you just press, just split off into a different timeline.
Always remember, if you change the destiny.
I mean, there's all the concept of time loops where it's just, you know, everything that has that there's no real free will because everything that has been done will be done.
Will only rely on
well, that's sort of like the Doctor Who approach to time travel. Is like,
I mean, it's also like you see it so often in media as well, though, as well.
Yeah, but there's like also the things where like we are currently doing a Loki review on our channel right now. This will be uploaded way beyond when we're done with that. Basically, the premise of that show is there's a whole timeline. It's called the Sacred Timeline, and if somebody violates the Sacred Timeline, you get thrown in jail.
Well, here's the thing. That is the parallel universe timeline type of shit, where it's just like every decision you make will have the opposite of, like will make a new timeline. Or any option you didn't make.
Well, may have an equal and opposite effect. It's Newton's something law. We didn't learn anything in school.
I don't want to think about it right now.
Okay.
So this puzzle is actually a little bit kind of weird and complicated because like when you pick up a cube, like the present cube again, when the future one's already there, it just kind of disappears. So you have to like put the present cube where you want it to be at the end of the puzzle and then kind of solve it backwards.
Oh.
So we have the future cube there to bring up the stairs, and then we're going to pick up the present one again, which is going to remove the stairs and be the first switch to the door, and we're going to open the door with this other switch.
Okay.
And that's a bit confusing, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but it's kind of confusing. It takes a bit of learning to figure out.
And so for like puzzles like that, you can't do it the other way around. You can't put the future cube on the past button or something like that?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because you need to like the stairs, like it was
Proudly
the first button was bringing up the stairs, but it was also disabling the other thing you needed to open the door, so that wouldn't work.
Okay.
And here's where you get your portal.
Yeah, so now we got the portal gun. It's gonna keep it a bit basic, and it's not gonna give us the ability to shoot time portals yet, but we still have a portal gun. So
Okay, now this is what
You
I'm
said
familiar
yet.
with.
You said yet, mean that eventually you will get it.
Right.
well, yeah. I mean, like it's still kind of taking you through the tutorial and kind of teaching you some of the basics, and it just kind of wants you to. It's kind of taking it slow. Like it's not going to just throw everything at you immediately.
Right. Even though like
will appear on the same surface
from our
in the
commentary, it
future.
sounds like we're overcomplicating this. But I'm guessing how you play, Josh. It just seems very simple.
Placed in the future.
I mean, it is gonna make it look like I'm just kind of solving all the puzzles flawlessly. But trust me, the first time I played this, I got stuck a couple times.
Something in four dimensions
Yeah.
means not only knowing where to place
And
your
so
portals,
I guess that's
but
the
also
question for like the
when.
first timers. Based on how confusing we've been kind of making this time travel conversation, is the puzzle solving with the time stuff as complicated as we're talking about it is?
Most likely no.
I mean, it starts out pretty easy, obviously, because you're just kind of figuring out the tutorials. But like some of the later puzzles really do some weird stuff that you probably wouldn't even think of otherwise. So
I see.
Try to
Alrighty
find a way around
then.
this.
Just trying to take us through baby steps then.
yeah. So the portals work in the similar way that we learned with the cube. If you put down a portal somewhere, it will be in the same place in the future, but not the other way around.
Gotcha. Alright.
Something else that you kind of figure out is that portals will only appear in the future if that same surface is also in the future. So like it's like if you have a portal that's placed in the present, but that same like on the wall, that same wall is destroyed in the future, it's not going to be there because it can't be there.
Gotcha.
Nicely
Alrighty.
done. Take note.
Okay.
Because time portals exist in exactly the same location in both timelines, they can only be placed on surfaces.
Yeah, see, so it's kind of the AI is kind of saying the same thing like I just said. Like it will be in both timelines as long as the portal is able to be there in both timelines.
Through portals.
Cool, yeah.
You go in
Alrighty.
fast, you
Not
come
to
in
cause
fast.
so that it doesn't cause a paradox, I'm guessing.
Right. Or something. I don't even know like what actually would constitute a real life time
Touching
paradox.
the material
I don't really know either,
Yeah, I guess
honestly.
time
The
travel
grandfather
is
I think the grandfather paradox is like what happens if you kill like your grandfather.
It will also
It's like if you went back in the past
think
and
about where
killed a
and
butterfly,
when to pass through
apocalypse happens in the future now.
Butterfly effect.
Oh god damn, I hate time travel.
You go back in time and step on an ant, World War III happens.
Well, this is like the fact that how Ethan absolutely hates time travel and the concept of like time abilities to an extent. And then there's me who absolutely loves this shit.
Well, like it's confusing because one again it's not a real thing, and just trying to see like what kind of versions each entertainment form tries to introduce in its story, what rules that it wants to follow with. Like I'm not saying I outright hate it, but it is a confusing topic because it isn't real.
Now that you know all the
And so-
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just makes it more fun.
of your own.
Perhaps.
Wild cow appears, perhaps.
I guess like the way this game I think is going at it right here is just like
It's very basic time travel rules.
Like you said, like
Ahead
if
of you
if
is
stuff
the Aperture
happens,
Science
if you
Time
do a
Portal
thing
Activation
in the
Force
present,
Field.
then you time travel to the
This field
future,
will
and if
activate
the thing
and
happens to
deactivate
be
your
there or
ability to
not,
shoot
it
time
will
portals. It will
still
not
be there or
visit
not.
your portals
Yeah.
or destroy
Basically.
cubes.
And then you can take
Yeah.
stuff to here it is. Oh,
Yeah, so now it's allowing us to shoot time portals of our own, which I don't know what it's like on
You have learned so far.
like playing with the controller. I think I did at one point when I first started. I was like, no, this is more of a job for using keyboard and mouse.
Oh, so you're using keyboard.
But keyboard and mouse, you use like the left and right click for your regular portals, and then you press on the middle mouse for the third portal.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, it
Well, I
took a
mean,
little bit of getting used to.
Well, it's weird for like the first timers to use a mouse, but overall it seems very basic and
Well,
very easy to understand.
I am unaware of any other game on the PC that requires you to click the scroll thing. So there's that. Whee. Okay.
So now that was also kind of showing the thing that I just did there, like going through the blue portal and the time portal to go to the future, is that your momentum gets preserved through the time portal as well.
That's cool. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Stay there. Okay, cool.
And then we're doing this again. We're bringing the future cube to the present, because whatever you do in the future doesn't affect the present, so we just have 2 cubes.
Cool.
Woo! Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but you kind of figure it out as you kind of go through and try to solve puzzles and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Alrighty.
It just brings up the question: is whether it's like a parallel timeline type of situation or a time loop type of situation?
Who
Or a butterfly effect, you know.
Or
Whatever you do in the past affects future, which seems to be the case.
Perhaps. Like, do they establish like any more rules to the time stuff beyond this point, Josh?
No, just like basic. This is how time works. We're not gonna explain any further.
I'm pretty sure at this point, like, we've already kind of gone through the tutorial, so you're just kind of figuring stuff out at this point forward. Yeah, I think it's already explained most of everything.
Okay, so yeah, they're not trying to overcomplicate stuff for the purpose of the story. It's really
True, but then people always overcomplicate things.
it's primarily yeah. That's why my brain hurts right now. So you know what? I might as well just shut up about it and just accept that the fact is it's cool.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a weird puzzle that took me a little bit. So
Oh no!
we're doing the infinite portal thing so we can get this cube, and now we have to bring this back into the present with us to push a button.
Ah, okay. Jump.
See, so you keep your momentum. So now we're back over here.
Interesting. Alrighty then.
I feel like if you were to actually go through that in real life, that would fuck with your brain.
That probably would, yeah.
Right.
You'd have like massive headaches after that.
I mean, we could.
Yeah, so from the cube being on that button up on that ledge, because that opened up the thing on the side of the wall so we could actually get to the door, but it also kept the door closed. So by moving the present cube and changing where it is in the future, it's not on the button anymore.
Oh, so it's more butterfly effect. Okay.
World War III.
If you are ever your portals, or where you left the key in the other timeline, feel free to use the puzzle element.
Okay, let's make a pact right now. If the 4 of us ever discover time travel, let's agree to meet up 5 seconds after this.
In the other timeline.
2,
Absolutely not. I'm going to fuck up everything
5. Oh
in
no.
the best way I can.
If it were me, I
Damn
probably
it.
would have forgotten already.
Damn it. Welp. That's the end. Oh, I see. So was that? Oh yeah, that thing right there. That little.
Yeah, so the game is basically telling you about, like, if you can't remember where your portals are placed, there's a button you can press on the keyboard to act as an indicator, and it will show you where they are between the 2 different timelines. I mostly kind of keep it off, but it's there if you need it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I actually like that addition, so it can keep track of the new gameplay gimmick that might be complicated for the first time.
Yeah, because it can get really complicated if you're trying to keep portals in specific positions in certain parts of time.
Right.
It's like, I'm trying to keep up with this, but my brain is having a hard time right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
So like,
yeah.
I finally have found a game that has outbeaten the previous game of confusing me.
Which was?
Singularity.
I've never heard of it.
A game
No,
for the
have I.
Xbox 360.
Over these
Singularity for the 360.
Unfortunately, they
What's
didn't-
that?
I think it's on PlayStation as well.
What's the game about?
It's actually quite remarkable.
Time, obviously.
Yeah. It's a.
Obviously, idiot.
It's been a while since I've played the game, but from what I can remember, it was about a guy who visits like an unknown island, and the island is known to have a. It was inhabited by communists before.
Okay.
And they were they were doing like a lot of tests, and that ended up apparently time singularity ended up happening on the island, and your character ends up getting stuck in it.
Huh.
Time singularity.
After investigating the island, it was something like that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. It was a long time since I've played the game.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Time to click the button.
Yeah, so pushing this button is going to move the other panel onto to be slanted over there, so we can get another cube to button to open the door. But this one's going to be a little weird because we have to move the future cube through time.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's whack. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, and I kind of messed it up the first time, so I have to try it again.
Okay, so this is what the confusing part to me. So like, you know, the blue and the orange portals correspond to each other, and that basically means you're at a different angle of the room. But with the green time portal, when you go through it and go to the future or the past, is it basically mirroring what's happening, or are you presented with a different angle in the room? Because I can't really tell with the first person perspective.
So it's like if you have a time portal like that's at an angle in one timeline, but it's not in the other timeline, what happens? Is that what you're trying to?
Like I'm saying, you're just.
I just realized something.
Huh.
You know how you don't like time games, right? We're doing 2 of them because I'm also doing Quantum Break, which is another time travel game.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Uh oh.
You fucked yourself, man. You fucked yourself.